Clearing a jammed mechanism of the Ruger Old Army. William Hovey Smith, 2017. I'm the author of Extreme Muzzleloading, and here we took our Ruger to Ossabaw Island and it failed, and now we are repairing it. This is Hovey Smith, the Backyard Sportsman, and today we're going to consider the Ruger Old Army. I'm just back from a hunting trip on Ossabaw Island, and I had a mechanical failure with the Ruger. What happened was that I was attempting to reinsert the loaded cylinder here, and the gun jammed. So we could not get the cylinder out of the gun. Now, the redneck thing to do is to take a hammer and pound on it till it comes out. Well, that is not the preferred solution. Now, pounding does work in some circumstances, and I have done it. Occasionally, these mechanical things need to be intimidated a little bit. For example, as a young second lieutenant in Alaska, another lieutenant's Jeep quit running, and it was only about 40 below. So I surmised that the reason it might have suddenly quit was because an ice particle had jammed and frozen in the carburetor. So I went up and went bang, 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 very gently on the carburetor, and sure enough, that broke loose the float, and it went blah, 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 and zzz, fuel flowed, and the Jeep started. Wah! To the young lieutenant whose I assisted, that was an amazing event. And I got reputation, undeserved, as something of a mechanic, which I am not. But to the work at hand, what to do? First, all mechanical things will someday fail. You can believe that. So when you go on a hunt in a far and distant place, take an extra gun. Yeah. Now when I went on Ossabaw, I had two others. So the fact that this gun failed did not ruin my hunt. Okay. So now I'm back home. I have a good set of screwdrivers, and we're going to disassemble the gun, clear this blockage, whatever it is, and get the gun back to a fully functional state. Now I'm going to bring the camera up so you can see what's going on. What is happening here is that this cylinder stop, which is about a 1/4 inch thick piece of metal, and it's held by the frame here, is jammed so that it will not come up or down. So the way we're going to relieve that problem is to take off the grips and remove the trigger guard, expose these springs and the operating mechanism, and actually see what's going on. We use a screwdriver of proper size. Okay, so that's got those off. Hammer still won't cock, so that means we withdraw these screws and remove the trigger guard and grip. now pulling these screws. Okay. We did a little pressure right here to actually remove the spring tension. Now, still locked, still won't move. That removes the trigger. Now this is going to drop the bolt. Remove the hammer. There's no burr on this part. I do not know why it stayed locked. But we have the cylinder removed now, so we can proceed to reassemble the gun. The problem with reassembly is this spring. Ideally, you would be able to cock it back under the force of the hammer and put a pin here to take up the pressure. I don't know if I can push back on it with sufficient force now to actually relieve it. The only thing I see that's perhaps mechanically amiss is there is a little burr on the inside of this slot which the bolt comes through. It feels rough even to the file here. So I'm going to smooth these up with a few strokes of the file and then reassemble and see what's going on. But all the parts are fine, they're functional, and I was able to get the spring loose by merely sliding it off the races here. We have taken the old Army and we've reassembled the major interior components here. So now we have it where everything seems to work okay, except we have not reinstalled the mainspring. Now this stop, which is in and out freely under hand pressure, which is as it should do. The hand comes up as it should. It's under spring tension, so that works. So everything concerning revolving the cylinder is there. Now the problem is to retension this spring, and the method I've come up with is to use vice grips like here, and you grip the spring itself that's not enough. Okay, and this allows you to put some downward pressure on it this way and insert this, and so you can put a pin in a hole in here. So here we go. There we go. So now we have that tensioned so we can actually put it in the mechanism. Okay, and now we have it, and we can cock the hammer. Okay, it's snapped in. Okay. All right. So now we have to just put in our 3 more screws and our grips, and we're done. Now that we have the operational components here, we'll see if we can't slip the cylinder back in as it should have been in the first place. Okay, feels about right. Yep. Plunger in. Sure it goes in like yay. Yes, 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 yes. Okay. And we turn this down like it should be. So now we have a fully functional revolver. Without having to resort to this. It sounds a little stiff. I think I'm going to give it a little bit of internal lubricant here. But yeah, we're pretty well ready to go. So we have now resolved our problem without resorting to extreme measures. And we have a fully functional revolver ready to go to the field. But now, this is Hovey Smith, reminding you to hunt what you eat and eat what you hunt. Be legal, be ethical, be safe. Goodbye, God bless, and see you next time. Not only am I the author of Extreme Muzzleloading, I have a series of muzzleloading e-books. These include Shooting and Maintaining Your Muzzleloader, Hunting with Muzzleloading Shotguns and Smoothbore Muskets, and Hunting Big and Small Game with Muzzleloading Pistols. All of these are available from Amazon.com. Now, the Ruger Old Army is the best muzzle-loading revolver ever made. Now, this is a modified version with a 14-inch barrel. For more information on my books, blogs, and more than 650 videos, go to my website, www.hoveysmith.com. Good hunting and good eating from the outdoors. Goodbye, and God bless.